Today you're going to be learning 1-point perspective, and we're going to make an aquarium that looks like we are walking through down to the focal point, okay? And you get to add and customize it to add, what kind of fish you'd like in your aquarium. But first, let's get started. First, what you're going to need is a pencil, and a regular piece of paper will be just fine, okay? With your pencil, create a small, this is called a focal point. You can draw a small little dot in the center of your page. This is where we are going to draw our focus as we draw our aquarium. From your focal point, take your pencil and draw a line connecting to all the corners of your page. So from here to here, here to there, making sure everything connects. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, okay? It's okay. And now we're gonna go from our focal point to the top corners. There we go. Now this bottom triangle is going to be the path that we're walk through on the aquarium, okay? That's going to be the floor. These two triangles on the left and right side are going to act as the walls of the aquarium, and this top one, just like you're in a regular room, this is going to act as the ceiling. I'll show you how this draws out, okay? First, we're going to draw some beams and different kind of tanks in our aquarium. To do that, we're going to draw a vertical line. I'm starting on the left side. I'm going to take 2 fingers and draw a line down, just using 2 fingers to measure, because I want the same on the other side. Pretty close. So go ahead and do that. 1 line up and down on the left and the right side, and they were equal distances apart from our focal point. Let's do that again on the left side, but this time we're gonna go bigger, and I'm using my hand to measure. I'm gonna go 3 fingers wide this time. Drawing my line up and down, measuring, I'm using my big fingers. That way it's a little easier. Drawing my line up and down. So now we have 1, 2, 3 different tanks, and this is also going to look like an aquarium where you're walking through it. Here's our hallway, and you know how you can sometimes go in a tank and they have it so the tank is also above you? That's what we're going to be doing today as well. Alright, so now we're going to create our ceiling, and ceilings in fish tanks are usually curved and arced and rounded. That way it helps the fish be able to swim up and over you as you're walking through. So let's draw that. We're going to start on our left side, and I'm going to draw an arc up and over, connecting to each of our beams that divide our tanks, and doing that again on our big one. Up and over. Are you starting to see it now? Just so things are a little more clear, I'm going to color the floor of our tank, that's this part, with a brown colored pencil, just to help you see what we're doing, okay? Alright, so here's the floor of my aquarium. We're going to make the tank beams that divide each tank a little wider. So go ahead, and with me, we're just going to make this a little thicker. Alright, and now we're going to do it to the arc as well, to the ceiling. These beams are what's holding up the glass of all our tanks, okay? Now, boys and girls, we need to make this aquarium come to life. Let's add some fish, okay? We're gonna start at the very, very back tank. Now, since the tank is so far away, our fish are gonna be really, really small. That way, it looks like we're all in the same perspective and things are coming towards us or they're farther away. So I'm gonna draw a little fish. And we're going only in these 3 spots. So our walls and the tank above us are gonna be really, really small. Here's my fish. So I added a little eye. I'm gonna draw another fish. I'm not adding too many details because we can't see those details from far away. What else is in the ocean that I would like to put in my aquarium? Ooh, seaweed. Fish love to hide in the seaweed. I'm also keeping my seaweed really small because it's far away. And I'm gonna do a jellyfish. Again, really small. I might do another one over here. I'm gonna have some more seaweed, and I'm gonna make it look like my jellyfish is in the seaweed. I think that's a pretty good amount of fish right there for now. If I think of another creature, I can come back and put them really small. Let's go to the next tank that's closer to us, or closer to the bottom of the page. That would be this one. So we have our wall and the tank that goes up and above us. Now, since we're a little closer, our fish are gonna go and be drawn a little bit bigger than our previous fish. So I'll do a regular fish to show you. There's one fish. Now, since it's closer to us, I'll be able to see the details more. So I'm gonna draw a fin this time. I'm gonna draw another fish. This one's gonna be way down here. Notice it's a little bit bigger. There's my eye and my fin. Let's change it up. What other animals could we add in this tank? Because we have this space, and the space above. Ooh, I know, boys and girls. I'm gonna draw a shark. I'm gonna do my best. That was okay. I'm gonna fix this tail right here. Shark isn't wide at the bottom. There we go. Much better. So it's getting slightly bigger. Now if we were to put the shark way in the back, he would be smaller. But now that he's closer to us, he's gonna be bigger, just like our fish. I also can draw an octopus. My octopus is gonna be like medium sized. It's medium sized, remember, because it's not really close to us and it's not super far away. I'm gonna have some details. I'll show the eyes. All right. And I think I'm gonna add more seaweed because we need some plant life also in our aquariums. Here my fish is gonna be hiding behind it. So notice my seaweed is bigger than it was before. It's getting bigger as it comes toward us. And I'm gonna add some rocks and pebbles. All right, good job. Can you see it start to come to life? We have 1, 2, and 3 a little bit more aquariums to do. And these are gonna be having the most detail because we're gonna be up close like we're looking at them. So on this space here, I am gonna draw a squid. And my squid is gonna be really, really close to me. So he's gonna be a little bit bigger. This is not a perfect squid, but that's okay. Here's my eyes. There we go. And I'm gonna draw my fish again. It's gonna be down over here though. And let's pause and think. Is it going to be small? I mean, fish are small too. Depends how old the fish is, but let's pretend it's the same fish. So it's gonna be bigger because it's closer to us. And I'm gonna show more details in the eyes, and I might give it scales and show some details on the fins and even some details on the top. I'm doing that because it's closer to me and I can see it. Let's add some seaweed. Now the seaweed is going to be also bigger and have more details. Seaweed kind of has little lines in it because it's like a plant, right? There we go. Ooh, what kind of animal should I add on this side besides the squid? Thinking, what about, oh my gosh, a clam. And it's going to be open and have a pearl inside. Pretty cool. I'm going to bring in some more rocks and coral. When we do coral, we can show like little sponge coral. So I'm drawing little details of tiny sponge circles. Or what about this kind of coral? This is called fan coral. And it looks somewhat more like a bush or a tree, but without any leaves on it. And I'm going to show the details. It's really bumpy. So to show it's bumpy, I'm just drawing little squiggles in it. And of course, I think we need more seaweed because there's a lot of seaweed in the ocean. Okay. Now, to make our beams more noticeable that divide up the tank, I'm just going to use my pencil and fill it in, okay? Now you have the choice if you would like to color this. I think if you color it, and it can be with any material such as markers or colored pencil, it will really make your animals, so all your sea life in your aquarium, stand out. And I would really love to see what it looks like because there's so many color options. There we go. Before we color, I'm going to use a marker. I have a black marker. Whoops. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to just really make sure all my lines stand out that I want to stand out, okay? So this will be the line that divides our floor from our walls, and now the beams of the aquarium that divide the tanks. Now the vertical lines or our beams are key indicators to whoever's looking at our picture that we are traveling farther or closer away to a certain point, which would be our focal point. They are indicators because they show height, and we notice they're really noticeable when we are traveling farther or closer away to something. It's getting smaller or it's getting bigger. Vertical lines are something our eyes naturally pick up to show depth or distance from something, okay? And I'm also going to do the top beams because these are super important too. These show the distance up. Those are more horizontal lines going more straight across or from left to right. There we go. See, everything's really coming to life, boys and girls. You're doing a great job. All right, for the remainder of the video, I think I'm going to color it so you can see what things look like as a finalized picture, okay? Thank you for following along, and I can't wait to see your aquarium. Everyone's is going to be unique because there's no two fish alike in the sea, right?